We've all heard beautiful women described as works of art. Well, the new exhibit at the Ellipse Arts Center is questioning just exactly what that means. At the Ellipse, you'll find the whole gallery of art that seeks to redefine the meaning of beauty.
This exhibition is something that I've been thinking about for a very long time. Feminine beauty and alternate definitions to the ones that we're bombarded with every day in our popular culture. There are these sort of commonly accepted standards of beauty, but then there's something else. I know about it. So in the back of my mind, not only was I thinking about, well, what would an alternate, what would uncommon beauty look like? And then I started noticing that there are some artists in our greater Washington, D.C. area that, in my mind at least, tackle these issues. I chose Jason Horowitz's work because I really like what happens when you go super big. I think when you approach these close-ups but blown up to sort of gigantic scale, it starts falling apart the closer you get, and then you start seeing, well, maybe it's not really perfect after all.
I don't think of it as pushing past beauty. I mean, one of the issues that I do think about with the work is keeping that tension. I want them actually, to find that beauty in the ordinary. And so a lot of people look at the pictures and they think they're kind of extreme views of people. And, there's also another kind of tension in the work, is a tension between attraction and repulsion. So I try to make the images really beautiful and attractive in that kind of big, colorful picture kind of way. And yet, at the same time, some of the details and some of the things you see are not that attractive. And I think that goes to the nature of not just the way people look, but the way people are.
Athena Taka had this idea, I'm going to look hard at myself and document myself as I age. Just the idea that she decided to do and to continue with this project, and I think not only shows courage, but also coming to terms and an ease with her identity as it changes over time. It's a question of metamorphosis, absolutely, and she talks about sort of the beauty of very old women, maybe not, and again, not in the Marilyn Monroe sense of beauty, but in another sense, in an alternate sense. A lot of women have documented themselves having breast cancer and coming out on the other side. What particularly attracted me to Kay Chernish's approach is that there is this amazing sense of transformation, and it's not stark realism. It's a combination of sort of what really happened and wishful thinking and her trials and tribulations as she comes to terms with the loss of her breasts and hair.
The pictures became a way of dealing with all of the emotions that had been set aside during this fight to get through whatever it was that I had to get through, the surgery, the reconstruction, and so on, the chemotherapy. It was a way of dealing with all those emotions and exploring my reconfigured body in a way, and to try to pull out of it some meaning, to try and transform that experience and really to give myself a new definition of beauty.
The 6 artists that I chose for the exhibition, I think each presents a very personal, very passionate take on a different definition or a different contextualizing of feminine beauty. And one of the threads that I kept looking for is a sense of transformation and tension between outer and inner beauty. So even though I think we're looking at very different bodies of work, I think you can find some interesting conversations there.
Uncommon Beauty will continue at the Ellipse Arts Center through December 13th. The exhibit does include adult content, so parental discretion is advised. However, if you do decide to attend the exhibit, you will be rewarded with a powerful and provocative experience.